What's up, everybody? It's the Sports Chasers Podcast, coming to you live and direct with your host and your moderator, Kevin L. Warren, along with his fellow co-hosts, Dorian the D.A. Albreton, James the Angry One Warren, Mike Mills, Daryl D-Dub Warren, and Dan K, the Hockey Dude. This is a real sports podcast for real fans. This is a sports podcast with no hot takes, no narratives, just real, unadulterated sports talk. Please be advised that there may be some colorful and explicit language. The Sports Chasers are the defenders of the fans. Now, here's your host and moderator, Kevin L. Warren!
Yo, what's going on, everybody? What's happening, everybody? Happy Thursday to everybody. It's another episode of the Sports Chasers Podcast, 183 to be exact. Glad that y'all are able to join us tonight. Hey, make sure, before we start, make sure you like, click, and subscribe to the channel, share the channel. Make sure you're checking us out on all major podcast platforms, the Sports Chasers Podcast. Tonight, hey, great time to be here, man. Hey, we're going to do our thing when it concerns sports. Going to jump into some baseball and some football tonight. But before we do that, let's go meet the crew. Going from left to right on my screen, we got the DA with the 1994 Montreal Expos.
World Series champs, man. World Series champs.
And for those that said they didn't win the World Series, no, they didn't. But if things would have played out, they should have won.
Yeah, they were so far ahead that year that it was a foregone conclusion that they were going to win the World Series with that team. But yeah, man, in the building, man. Glad to be back. Hopefully everyone else is feeling well, doing well, and we'll get into it for real.
No doubt. Appreciate you, DA. Hey, Dan, the man is back. Dan got his got his number 7 Ben Roethlisberger jersey on. The retired quarterback from the Steelers, Super Bowl champ. Dan, what's up, bro? How are you, man? Dan, I feel like I ain't see you in a minute, man. Where you been, bro?
Been busy, but yeah, good to be back. And didn't we ever talk about red Solo cups before we came on?
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
Cheers.
Just asking. But no, it's
Chasing
back on.
Go ahead.
It's water, guys. It's water. Stop.
Go ahead, Dan.
Nah, man. Let's get into this. Let's have some fun.
No
And
doubt.
hey, got to put this on. We won preseason week 1, so we're going to the Super Bowl now because this, preseason is so
Means
important.
everything.
Did you attend the game?
From my living room, yes.
Oh,
Shout out to all the y'all that attend preseason games. We are not mad at you on the show. We are not mad. I promise you, we're not mad. We're not mad. Enjoy your preseason.
Yep.
Enjoy it, man. D-Dub, what kind of hat is that? Is that Baltimore? That's the Orioles? That's the Nets?
that's damn right, kid. Because I done trashed the Yankees. No. Fuck the Yankees, man. Yes, I'm sorry. We starting off early. Explicit language.
Yankees. How
Yankees,
you really feel?
awful, man.
So yes,
What game set?
we're gonna jump into baseball. Yes, we are. And you got 3 Yankee fans on here and a Pirates fan on here. And baseball is probably a far gone conclusion tonight. I mean,
Not good.
as of now, as of August 17th, 2023. But now we're gonna jump in, like I said, we're gonna jump into MLB power rankings. And then we'll jump to the NFL. We're gonna talk about the AFC. We're doing our little predictions, go over team by team. So we're gonna start with the AFC East, and time permitting, we'll do the AFC North. hey, it's real light. It's real light out there in the sports world right there. So you won't have the show just be conjuring up stuff and having the best of who makes the best.
Well,
listen,
listen.
we won't do that. We won't see this on the show. Go somewhere else.
Yeah.
We appreciate those that do it, but go somewhere else. You won't do it on here because we just so
well, it makes no sense to make up some shit that ain't ever gonna fucking happen. All right, this is not anime. Like we're not gonna just fly somewhere. It's not that.
Yeah. No doubt.
Just, well, Bill Russell played. Now he wouldn't be shit. Fuck, he's dead. No, he wouldn't be, because he's dead.
How about you just don't? How about you just don't come on tonight? You know what I'm saying? If it's nothing really to happen to be talking about, how about you just not talking about it?
So what the hell's wrong with you?
But it is what it is. Wow.
It definitely is what it is. Yes, man. But hey, let me go before this thing goes off the rails. We're gonna we're gonna go right to the Major League power rankings according to CBS. Shout out to CBS. CBS is also on our sports ticker. I mean, on our website as our sports ticker, man. So shout out. Make sure you visit our website. Make sure if you got any emails you want to hate us and love us, as D-Dub said, info@sportschaserspodcast.net. In the words of DA, we address what, DA?
All drama.
So get at us. We're on all social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. You name it, we're on that. The new threads. Get at us. So with that said, CBS power rankings. Hey, number one, the Braves are number one at 78-42 as of yesterday. They continue to destroy New York baseball over the weekend. I think between
New York baseball,
all of New York baseball,
high school teams, everybody's getting it.
They are getting the business. The Braves against the Mets during the weekend, this past weekend. The first 3 games, the Braves outscored the Mets 34-4.
Get the fuck out of here, guys. I mean,
no, it was they voted the most. It's crazy, son. Like you're like, what the what?
How we go from the talk of the town that they was doing to absolute trash? Go ahead, Cal.
Yeah,
bro. So the Mets boat race the Mets in the series. I believe they won that series 3-4, and then here comes my Yankees this week. I mean, they're playing today, and
they're playing Boston today.
I'm sorry, Boston, but the Braves gave the Yankees the business.
Tomorrow, excuse me.
I believe, the Braves are playing the Yankees tonight, and the Yankees. I'll get into them. The Braves are the best of the best of the best. 78-42 as of yesterday. The Dodgers, number 2, 73-46. The Orioles are 74-47. They're down 1 peg from last week. The Texas Rangers, they continue to be strong. Scherzer is 3-0 since the trade, and they have went 7-0 since he has been there, right? The Astros started off a little shaky. Hey, they've won 70 games. They're 70-52. They're at number 5.
2.5 back.
2.5 back. The Tampa Bay Rays, they're 73-50. They're 3 pegs down.
Which is not bad.
Which is not
2 games behind Baltimore.
I mean, the American League East, besides the Yankees, strong.
Well, listen, we still did win 60 games. Don't mean nothing, but we won 60.
Nah, just be better, because here come the Blue Jays at 67-55. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the Mariners. Mariners look like they're going to do this 2 years in a row where they make the playoffs, the postseason.
66-55.
So, and the Phillies, they're 66 and also 55. The Brewers are 65-56 at number 10 power rankings. The Giants continue to amaze me. What they
I don't know what the hell.
I don't know how they keep doing it.
Don't know who even's on the team.
Nobody knows.
Who's
other
playing
than
for them?
San Francisco Giant fans.
Don't look. They are the Oakland A's. This Oakland A's. They just put another uniform. And go
I don't know, bro. They just continue to be there in the mix after you write them off.
They've done this every fucking year.
Yes, they do. For the last. Since they won their first World Series back in 2010, excuse me. The Cubs, Wrigleyville, hey, they are They're playing some really good ball now. Yeah, they're playing some real good. So the Cubs are 62-58. They're number 12. The Red Sox, they continue to play well. They're 63-58. The Minnesota Twins, despite your man. First of all, the Twins. I know this is not a Yankee show, but the Twins, that dude that we got from the Twins. We got shammed on that one too. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Well, it must have been like what Derek Jeter did to us with your boy Giancarlo.
Oh yeah. Derek said, "Hey,
we got bagged.
Giancarlo, yeah, we're good."
Got bagged.
The Marlins are 63-59. Let me tell you something about the Marlins. Marlins played a very good series against the Yankees this weekend, including the Saturday game when they was down 7-1 in the eighth and ninth inning, and came back and won the game. I will go on my Yankee rant here in a little bit, and I'm pretty sure Dan's going to pour some gasoline and dynamite on the fire.
It's not going to be good with Dan. Dan already said
because the Yankees need to do some wholesale changes. All right, so Marlins are 63-59 at number 15. Reds are 63-59. The Yankees are 60-61. This is the first time they have been under 500 since 1995. This late in the season, and they're clapping, right? The Anaheim Angels are 60-62.
I should let go. I guess they time because let this bastard go. He's leaving anyway.
Yeah,
we should let this guy go.
Yep. So the Arizona Diamondbacks are 61-60. They continue like the Angry One said. Hey, they was going to struggle a little bit. They're new, but they're 61-60, a peg up from last week. And number 20.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm batting 1,000, huh?
These San Diego Padres, man. I don't understand how this club with all this hitting. Oh, D. I mean, just
wiffle ball. Damn it, it's wiffle ball. They can't hit. I don't know. I have no idea. They probably get rid of the manager because you can't get rid of all the players. So they'll just fire the manager and see what they can do. That's all.
What's crazy is they're plus 65 or 64 in runs.
Yeah.
And they're below 500.
And they still lose games. I have no idea how that happens. It's magic.
It's wild.
It's not that they can't hit because they hit. They score runs. Their pitching staff is woefully bad. They maybe have one pitcher on the staff that has a good record. So.
There's only 6 teams in the National League that got positive runs opposed to giving up runs. Everybody else is in the red. Hell, Milwaukee's in the red, and they're going to
first place.
They're going to win the division.
Yeah. Not sure what's happening. So really, I'm not. I'm really don't know. But Ohtani will be a Yankee next year. A bunch of things will happen. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I don't know if it'll help, but I know it's going to happen. So.
You think Ohtani will be a Yankee next year?
Yep.
And this is based on?
Money.
I'm just asking.
Money.
Do you? Okay. So with that said, so you're basically banking on the general manager of the Yankees and the coach. I mean, the manager being there next year.
No, it don't matter. They can be gone. You might be there next year, but Ohtani will be there with you. Ohtani will be there with you because he'll remember the name of the game is putting asses in seats, and Ohtani does that. That's what this shit's about, y'all. And if he can help you win a World Series, fine. He pitches every 5 starts. He hits every other day. If you put him in front or behind Judge, he's protection for Judge because Judge doesn't have any in that lineup. And maybe even your boy Giancarlo would see some pitches that he can hit, some fastballs, some sliders. Nothing curving, no curves. He's not good with those.
So you're talking Serrano from Major League.
Yes, he's just no good with those. And then I think because remember the Padres are going to get rid of Soto this year. Like teams are like, listen, man, they're not going to hold on to guys for too long. if they see the ship going down. So I think, he's.
So
I think they made a mistake in Anaheim. And even if it's not the Yankees, I still don't think they should have kept him because he's going to leave anyway, and they weren't going to win.
So why did they keep him?
I have no freaking idea, man. I don't. I've read everything I can read, but there's no definitive reason. They just said they didn't find a trade that suited them. So that's I don't know. Yeah, so because the reality is, like, every year, I swear to you, I think that Mike Trout is leaving. Like, every year that he gets hurt and he doesn't come back, I'm like, Mike Trout's like, fuck these guys. I am not playing again this year. You know, like, listen, and he could, but he's not. At one point, Philadelphia played like 3 weeks after getting a broken leg or whatever the hell he had out there in Philly. So, you know, when you got a team that's winning, you do things. And when you don't, you don't. So, you know, Harper, I think he broke his whole back in half twice this year. He's back in 3 days because they're winning. They're winning.
Mike Trout's contract, he signed back in 2019, a 12-year, $426.5 million contract. So that's back in 2019. So what's that? 2031?
He's only 4 years in. So right, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah.
So what's Ohtani going to get?
Oh, good God.
Putting up better numbers. Any pitches.
I don't know what the market. If we're doing what the market will bear, it's going to be an embarrassment of riches. That's just what the market says he's worth. Now, which, you know, the reality is probably a few $100 million, 10 years, 12 years, whatever. But I wouldn't sign him that long, so I just wouldn't do it. Because he will not be pitching and hitting in 10 years from now. He'll be doing one or the other, but he won't be doing both.
Yo, man, we've seen this story before. You know, they end up signing these guys big contracts, and again, D, exactly what you said. He won't be doing both. And you're gonna sign him for what? For what? What are we saying? How much Judge got? 400?
Yeah.
Right. He's got to be way north of up to 600.
$600 million.
600. I said 7, but you know that's really reaching out there. But that's not. It may not be a reach though.
If you go 650D, the only, like, I think with him, the number is the number. It's just how many years on that number. Is it 650 for 8, 650 for 10? You know.
And to get what? And you still don't get a World Series out the deal? I don't know.
They just you know. My thing.
What are we doing this for? Are we doing this for what? I mean, these players are getting paid, and fans ain't getting. You know,
I tell you what, like, now
ain't getting no World Series championships out the deal.
We said it on the show. Remember, we had the best and worst sports owners, right? And DA always puts that caveat in there. Hey, man, some of them are just here to just break even.
I get it.
With them booties in the seat, but like, I will give this to Dan, right? So, I think the Pirates probably have a better scouting and coaching staff, like, by far, than the Yankees, because they have stars every year. They just let them go because their market can't hold them. But we can't put our eyes in the minor leagues, double A, triple A, international league. We always pick the wrong dude. You know, the last good dude we picked later. Yeah. Last one we got was Judge. Judge was the last guy we picked up that came out of our system that we thought was good. We haven't had another hit since then. Now, we've had guys that were in our system that became hits other places, but we can't keep them and do what we need to do as a team. So that's, for me, you know, it's always a scouting. So go ahead, Dan. It's yours.
Well, no, I was just going to say that's like a double-edged sword, though. You only had Judge come out of your system, but that's because you gave everybody else away to buy everybody else. You go and buy the proven star, the all-star, Cy Young winner, whatever it may be, but you gave up those prospects to get them. Because that's, I mean, we've been feeding you players in, you know, it's the Yankees for years, but we take all your prospects and then we develop them and then we give them away. It's, kind of the pirate way.
The pirate way. Spread love is the pirate way.
Hey, once they're out of that rookie contract, it's time to move them.
But see, so you get Garrett Cole.
Best pick that they have.
But that's it. Then you don't have any other money to get any other pitchers, right? And you can't keep pitchers, to be, number 2, 3, or 4 in your rotation. Like we for years we got one. we got one pitcher. We got the ace. Like it's high school. We got one dude that we can throw out there every few weeks, every few games, and he's gonna win, like high school. Because we didn't got 5 that we can trust to win. And it's a trash team, man. To me, and I love them, but I'm not putting my hat on until next year again, though.
So let me.
So next year, I'm with you on that one.
So with that said, right? I think everybody can agree on this panel and those in the comments out there that the Braves are the talk of the town. And what are the Braves doing right that your team or anybody's team is doing wrong?
Well, they started off with young talent and then bringing in good pieces, free agency, and then they've been able to ride it, turn it around,
and also their scouting has been above and top numero uno. They continue to do it. It looks like since the early 90s until now, they have consistently done this scouting thing where they develop, young talent.
Yeah.
Yep. Wilson is on pace for 60 home runs. That's right, VLAC. You're right.
Dog, listen. Yeah. Kev, me and you talked about Acuna. How many years ago was it, man? We was in the car. You down in Florida. I'm up here, and we talking about how at that time, how many different leagues this kid played in before he even came up. Like he was in the AA and then went to international and went to AAA and then went back here and then went back there and then he came up. So they knew what they had. And then they got his little brother coming. You're talking about a team that's in first place that lost Freddie Freeman. Like this for a second, think about that. They lost Freddie Freeman, and they're still in first fucking place.
Oh no, but you got Olsen, like
I know, but I'm saying, golly, gee, listen, Freddie didn't want to leave.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Freddie didn't want to leave. You're right.
Him and Olsen would
Freddie
be there
got fleeced
together.
Oh yeah, his agent did him wrong.
Yeah,
hey,
they would have been there together.
Yeah.
The only thing is though, and VLAC is going to jump on my shit, but what does Atlanta do when they get to the playoffs? Yep, DA's got it right. They choke. So they could do all the miracle working they can do in the regular season, but this is, I think, now that Freddie's gone, they have a lot of fresh faces in there. It's time that they get over that hump.
Well, Dan, they won in 2021. Dan, come on, just give them a little bit.
They won the World Series?
Yeah, they won in 2021. Yeah.
Damn, I thought that was you can see I follow baseball.
I was about to say, yeah, that is
Yeah, they won in 2021. Has Pittsburgh ever made the playoffs, Dan?
Hey, we are family. 1979. Hey. Fuck you, Lackey.
There you go.
There it goes. The show's about to be lost.
Yeah, I can see us riding off the rails right now. So.
Yeah. But all honesty though, with the Braves, they continue to do it. The Dodgers, to me, as we talk about the first 4 or 5 teams, the Dodgers, to me, that championship that they won in the bubble.
Stop it, Kevin.
Hold on, hear me out. It's still like they didn't win, right?
Oh, they got it though.
Yeah, they got it. But I think they need They need one more at least for this era of Dodger baseball.
Well, Mookie been going hard. They go hard. And them too. They got rid of Bellinger, right?
No, D. Don't do it. Don't start pulling shit out the air and trying to give them. Go ahead.
I think that
If I keep one LA team hold them
I'm just saying
accountable,
the Dodgers.
I'm going to hold this one the same way.
Dodgers continue to be, they are what the Yankees, I guess, thought they wanted to be by spending all the money, right? But the Dodgers are winning. They do it and win. The Yankees do it and lose, right? Because they're number 2 in the power rankings for a reason. Now, whether the Giants catch them, which they probably will, this is what happens in the West every fucking year. So it kind of is what it is. They got relatively good pitching, like they don't have bad pitching. They got 2 or 3 starters, So I don't know. I guess looking up from the bottom, everybody looks good to me because we stink. But yeah, I'm not mad at the Dodgers. I'm really not mad at the Dodgers, man, because they got good scouting. They got a few great stars, and then, like anything else, they will continue to do what they need to do. They're not a great farms system anymore. They're not what they used to be, but yes, they're still a good team. So,
well, I mean, they're 10-0 in their last 10.
Yeah,
and,
I'm not mad at them.
And San Francisco is 3-7 in their last 10. So, I don't know that San Francisco is going to catch them.
They won't.
But yeah, I think the Dodgers they're figuring things out, and I don't know, man. This might be the time for them to shine and actually get through to the World Series. But we'll see. I mean, it's got a lot of games left.
There's 10-game winning streak. They getting high at the right time. Let's see, because that second part of the season is a whole different animal. I mean, they put in away San Francisco right now. San Francisco 10 games behind. I don't see them losing a 10-game lead and San Francisco getting back in it. Again, it's a lot of games. Anything can happen, but I don't see it. San Francisco, Arizona, they don't have to worry about none of these teams. San Diego definitely. Colorado's 28 games behind. Not worried about those guys.
Right.
But the Dodgers, if it's to happen, the Dodgers and Atlanta should meet up, and we'll see what happens, man. But the Dodgers in the last 3-4 years since the bubble championship, I think it seems like they should have a little bit more than what they got. I agree with you, Kev.
I think they're complete team. Like V-Lax says, like, yo, listen, let's
That's
think
great.
about it. Like
That's
they fleeced like Boston. Remember when Boston had this big thing about, yo, we gonna keep Mookie or we gonna keep JD? But guess what? They're both fucking Dodgers now.
Well,
JD and Mookie. They fleeced them. The Lucas. Come on, man. And Freddie Freeman. I mean, that's three really good bats that are very consistent. Listen, man. Come on. I remember when the argument was, we gonna keep JD or we gonna keep Mookie with Boston. And guess what? They're both gone. Both with the Dodgers down.
I agree.
I don't have a problem spending money, but spending money right.
So with that being said, shouldn't they not have more than what we're talking about? Yes.
Well, we'll see what happens this year. I mean, I hope so. I mean, now listen, there are some teams that when they get to the playoffs are just buzzsaws. Like when the Astros get there, no matter what the Astros do the rest of the season, when they get to playoffs, it's the real deal. Whenever they get there, it doesn't fucking matter. So if Philly's that team this year, then it's going to be a problem. But there's always a team that when they make the playoffs, they're going to be trouble. The Dodgers are just never that fucking team.
What are your thoughts on the Orioles? I'll just give you mine at first. I think the Orioles, they're young, but they've been playing hella fire baseball all year long. They've been playing. I was watching something last week on probably MLB. Their show on MLB Network, and they was talking about how the Orioles, from the time these younger players get into the system, there's a certain way that how they play the game, and it's they've been building this thing all the way up from rookie ball, single A ball, double A, all the way up to the majors, and now it says transform into now how the Orioles have been playing winning baseball. They've been knowing how to how to play. They got a good influx of young guys of winning this thing. I've got this thing that D-Dub just put up here. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Orioles. I don't know if they get it done, because they're so young. But we'll see.
Listen, man, the Orioles got Aaron Hicks playing okay, so something going on. He ain't do shit for us, so
definitely not.
So that's the last 5 years champions: the Astros, Braves, Dodgers, Nats. There you go.
Was it the Nats?
The Astros the only team holding it down for the goddamn American League.
2018 Boston Red Sox, 2017 Houston Astros, 2016 Chicago Cubs. Yep. And we talk about the Dodgers, and they so happen to get one where the whole world shut down.
It's almost, I believe, Vlad said the Dodgers are similar to the Braves in the '90s when they won all those National League pennants and couldn't get it done. Go ahead, D.
Yeah, the pennants is nice, but
No, I was saying, like Vlad said, they got one, right?
Yeah,
they got one, and that was it. When my man Barry Bonds wouldn't move over to the left a little bit, so
Well, Van Slyke did tell him.
Right? Hey, man, he said move left. Barry, the fuck over. Fuck you, Andy.
Barry,
God damn it.
Barry put his left hand in his pocket, in his back pocket. I'm not moving nowhere. And
he should have moved.
That's it. Here comes Bonds. Bonds to the plate. He gets safe.
I was like, God damn. I said, this motherfucker don't hit a home run next time he's up. Boy. It's a problem. It's a problem.
Damn.
What's man? The manager, boy, he spit every bit of tobacco he had out of his mouth, cursing Barry Bonds the fuck out, boy. College.
So real quick, let me get to the Rangers. The Rangers. Your thoughts, D-Dub, your thoughts on the Rangers. Rangers, can they pull this thing off? They went hard body now with Scherzer.
I mean, hey man, you gotta respect the team that is trying to win, man. You know what I'm saying? They 72-49. 7 out of the last 10, they 7-3 the last 10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Texas is a weird team. You know how they do. I don't know what it is when they get in the playoffs, man. They definitely have a hard time at times. So maybe this is a different year for them. And we'll see. But as long as you got Houston, man, Houston's gonna be a tough. If they got played on, Houston's gonna be a tough out.
The Rangers were one strike away from winning the World Series in 2014. If you remember Ron Washington's team, there was one strike away.
Yeah.
One strike away. And I forgot the guy now. He's retired from the Cardinals. He hit that home run, man, and that was all she wrote.
Yeah, but I wouldn't mind seeing Texas get one. Texas so far they put it together, man. They put it together well. And like I said, Houston's only 2.5 back. So I mean they're trying to beat them off. So
we'll see.
Keep them back.
We'll see.
Dusty's gonna try to match you. So you go 7-3, we'll go 7-3.
Right.
I think what the Astros are trying not to do is they don't want to lose any ground to this team. And they're just going to try to wait till they can get a series. They probably have 1 or 2 left against each other where they can pick up full games. And because if the Astros catch them, they're not going to give it back. If they do catch them, they're not going to give that shit back. So they're going to stay number 1 team in that division.
Yeah.
So I'm looking now to see if they win, if and when they play, because that's going to be a series.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely.
That is going to be a series.
So, like I said, we rounded out. We just talked about the first top 5 of the power rankings according to CBS, and it's going to be very, very good down the stretch. We talked about the Yankees for a little bit, and my Yankees and D's Yankees, and it's just a mess. They should have never to me, to all you Yankee haters, yes, I don't think they should have signed Cashman. Cashman's contract ran out. I just think they should have just went the other way. I think the Steinbrenners, the brothers, they're comfortable with Cashman. I just think sometimes
It's time for a shakeup, man.
It's time for a new fresh eyes.
It's time for a shakeup. I mean, we haven't won since 2009, brother.
2009 is 2023.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
It's a long time, man, for Yankees.
Yeah, Yankees, right? I think the last time we had this kind of stretch was from 78 to 96.
Yep.
It's been a while.
Yeah. And I think, we got a little bit closer in was it 95, but, we got knocked out. But, we was building. And then they got rid of Don, man. He retired.
Right at the point where he
retired and the Yankees
started winning. Yep. Well, they got to the playoff. They got to that playoff the year before, 95.
Yeah,
right?
I know. He retired. Ken Griffey got him out of there, and then
and that's when the
Donnie Baseball was like, "Yo, man, they love some Donnie Baseball, man," but he couldn't get it over
Don Mattingly could play.
He couldn't get it off the hump. Exactly.
He could play. He just couldn't win.
They got his ass up out of here.
That was a good team, 95. But I mean, Seattle won like 138 games.
No, Seattle was serious, and we could never win in that
games.
We can never win in that dome, man. That dome was serious, man.
Like you said, winning that King Dome.
King Dome was serious back in the day. So, the Yankees. It's just time for, it's just time for a fresh set of eyes, man.
I definitely agree.
I think, and I agree, Kevin. That has to be top to the bottom, though. Like he goes, everybody goes. We need new scouts.
Yeah,
hitting instructors. We need new.
There's nobody exempt. I mean, look at the season we having, man. This is not right. This is now compared to other teams, yeah, right. This, what we complaining about. You know what I'm saying? We still won 60 games. Well, when you're used to certain, again, you used to silk sheets. No, you ain't trying to go back to 10 count thread count.
10 count. Shit. Damn, what's that? Burlap? A plastic bag?
Yeah,
10 count.
A 10 count though.
10 count sheets. Boy, that's a plastic goddamn bag. That's the street.
Let me read this real quick, and then we're gonna move on to football. Let me read. I don't know if y'all guys caught this about ex-Yankee prospect Ben Ruder rips the organization real quick.
Yes.
Former Yankee prospect sharply criticizes the organization for its use of heavy analytics and predicted the team's minor league coaching staff would look very different after this year. During the episode of Foul Territory, I never heard of this podcast, but he commented about the minor league staff and Brian Cashman's all chips and approach to analytics. Ben Ruler is the chat right now. He threw a few comments out there. Fully expected them to clear house in the minor leagues. All the coaches were brought in by former hitting coach Dylan Lawson and the analytics guy. They will change development coaching to old Yankee days. Keep in mind, I played in the Yankees org before analytics, 2016 to 2018. So again, on this show, we talked about analytics. We talk about analytics all the time, and we see how how you should do kind of like a balance of both. It's in all sports, right? They complain about that. It's too much heavy analytics. It needs to be, in my opinion, balanced. Yes, you can rely on balance. Analytics, and then sometimes you just, it's lefty on lefty, but I just have a gut feeling that he's going to do good. But he's 1 for 27 in the last. I said, nah, man, feels good.
Trust your players, man. Trust your players. At times, that's what happens, man. People, you got guys that look at other teams and see what they're doing. Oh, they using analytics and so that should work for me. No, that's not how it goes. You can't do that. Of course, we see that in basketball. Well, Steph Curry and them boys can shoot the threes. Well, we're going to shoot the threes too. No, you don't have the staff that's the same staff to shoot threes.
No, y'all need to be picking and rolling.
Yeah, you need to be pick and roll, get his big ass down to the post, turn around, jump shot, layup, whatever.
Nope. Fade
But
away.
they don't do that. So they just keep on. It's easy, man. These guys don't. They're too lazy to. They're just copy and paste.
Oh, but you guys always pick on analytics.
Listen, man. It's a copy and paste society. That's what I say. They see one person, one team do it. We're gonna try it too.
Dan, go ahead before we go into football.
No, I just had two quick things. I did see, I think it was like a TikTok short or whatever, but I think it was it Philly and Toronto maybe that played recently? It was just the other day, but apparently the umpire that was calling balls and strikes.
Oh my God.
He was damn near perfect.
Oh, okay, that guy. Okay, I thought he was going to talk about.
No, that's the second one, but I think out of like 124 pitches or some shit, like he missed 2 calls. Out of the entire game, he missed 2 pitches. Like he called one a ball that was a strike and one a strike that was a ball, something like that.
We'd like to get his name. What was it? A couple days ago?
Yeah, it was just recently. But I was like, our friend that, really doesn't need to be an umpire always gets the highlights and everybody talks about him. But like when these guys, that do their job and they do it extremely well, that, because there's games where like the Yankees, Boone got thrown out the other day because the guy was just horrible behind the plate. And he actually drew the line in the dirt in the batter's box where the ball crossed, and then he mocked him and gave him the old strike 3. Yeah, and got tossed. But it's
Boone's been getting tossed but yeah, I saw that, and that was definitely a ball. And
but I like to give props to the guys they're getting it right.
We're gonna find his name here. I'm looking. But yeah, shout out to any refereeing, any kind of umpire, officiating any kind of professional game, or on any level. I've done it. I've done it at the local Y. It's a tough thing to do, to catch everything and to do everything. I just say to and I know Major League Baseball has this training. If you're aspiring officiating in any sport, I just advocate for you to go get the proper training and keep training and hone your craft. There's nothing like being with a officiating and he doesn't know what he's doing, and you gotta like kind of guide him along. I've kind of played and stuff like that, and it's not really a good feeling. But shout out to that umpire. We're gonna find his name for the end of the show, and then Dan talked about the aforementioned umpire. We won't say his name, but y'all, if real baseball fans, y'all know who this guy is. He is not very good at his craft, man. We don't like to say they suck or anything like that because they're professionals, but you have bad games and you keep having bad games and you keep having bad games, and that's not good either. So I'll say that. And we'll move on to the National Football League. Hey, football is back. I know y'all been saying, oh, well, they've been talking about football. I said, well, yeah, that's fine. It's a training camp, and they're getting to know people moving in their dorm. We are just going to simply talk about the AFC East, AFC North, the next 45 minutes. Talk about where they're at and where they're going to be at. So let's start right at the top. The Buffalo Bills with their Josh Allen for passing for 4,282 yards on last year.
Fraud.
Their current running back Singletary with 819 yards, and Diggs with 1,429 yards of receiving yards. They tried to make some kind of story back here about a month ago during training camp. I was like, whatever, man. Whatever. Diggs will be back. Diggs will be there to play. Buffalo got outed last year, and second year in a row. I'll give it to Dan. Oh, since DA's talking. DA, what you got, man, on
all right, first
Buffalo
off, I got
Bills?
big up to the running back of Buffalo Bills. That's my man Moda's son. So peace, Moda, Norfolk State University. But team's a fraud. The man Allen throws the ball to the other team in the end zone a lot, like a lot in the end zone interceptions, right? Their defense that everybody talks about so much, so good. They give up a lot of effing points, right? Especially in the playoffs to Cincinnati. For some reason, they can't seem to stop Cincinnati doing anything. I don't think that, even with Vaughn, we'll see what happens with Vaughn, but Vaughn is 30-some years old. He's only playing a few downs a game now. I'm sure he's not going to play every down. And he's going to pick his spots to be great. I think Vaughn will help, but I do not believe that team is a great team. I think they have some great players. I think they have an average offensive line. That's why they can't run the ball. And they've never been able to run the ball because they don't have a great offensive line. And that I've always thought that Buffalo was, everybody loves them, but I never thought they were great. I just thought that they came in when New England got bad. Like New England sucks now, so it's like you look a lot better against New England, and the Jets were bad, and they're coming on now over the last year or two. But even last year, the Jets weren't ready to even make a move on that team. But when you take Buffalo in the division, they're probably still maybe the best team. I don't think so. I'm gonna go with Miami this year, but the reality is that I got Miami, Jets, then Buffalo, and then the fighting Belichick's last until he takes his damn thing serious again.
How many wins Buffalo get this year?
I got Buffalo. I got them third, right? Now, this is the rub. I think 3 teams from this division is going to get to the playoffs. So I think they're going to win 9 games at minimum. I think 3 teams from this is going to be the division that has, from AFC, is going to have both wild cards out of this division, right? And everybody else is just going to get 1 team. So that's where I see it. Because I don't think the AFC West is that good, and I don't think I think your boy's going to win. Mahomes is them going to win, and then in the Central, I think Pittsburgh's probably going to win, or the Ravens. But if you don't win, I don't think the other teams will be better than the Jets, Buffalo, and or the Dolphins. And I really like the offense. So
yeah,
but we'll see what happens.
As you can see, the last year the Bills, they finished the top with their 13-3 record. Dolphins were 9-8. Pats were 8-9. As D said, the Jets were 7-10. So I'll give my prognosis on the Bills. Let me start sharing my screen real quick. I'll just start doing that. D, I'm with you. I won't call them frauds per se, but yeah, a Miami team that would have had a quarterback who probably beats them in that playoff game. Yep. Miami played hard. No disrespect to the guy that was playing, but if Tua was playing, I think they beat Josh Allen. It's what it was. Yes, Josh Allen has a symptomatic problem, as we say on the show. You cannot keep throwing the ball to the other team and thinking that it's going to be okay. Just saying that. I don't think, quote me if I'm wrong, they don't run the ball. They don't act like a team that plays in the Northeast with bad weather. To me, they don't give the running back the ball enough. And they rely heavily on his arm, on Josh Allen's arm and legs. Instead of, I thought they was going to get another running back, to be honest. But they kept it status quo. I think the Bills will probably, I'm like D, I think the Jets, Dolphins and Bills will make the playoffs this year. They're probably the Dolphins are going to win the division. The Jets will be. We'll get to them in a minute. I think the Bills will win like 10 games. So that's why I'm riding one. D-Dub, your thoughts on the Buffalo Bills? $5, please. Go ahead and scan your QR code, sir, because your mic was off.
I'm still off.
No,
Okay, there you go.
you still off. You still owe $5, but go ahead.
Man, the Buffalo Bill. I don't know, man. I don't really trust them either, man. I was thinking about. I said, yeah, it might be 3 teams coming out of the AFC East, but I'm like, maybe not, because then I'm looking at the AFC North, and Baltimore got their swag back with homeboy. If he's not hurt and he plays,
Well, Lamar, yeah,
Lamar.
Jackson.
and I know we're talking about the AFC East, but I'm not. I think Cleveland is going to shock up. They're going to have something to say. So I don't know. I'm not. Huh?
Dan's looking at you real crazy over there.
I'm just saying, man.
What's in that cup?
Just water, bro.
What's in that cup?
Yeah, just watch out. Cleveland might be a dark horse, man.
Got some Lake Erie water in there.
Dan, stop trying to shit on the Browns, man. Yo,
they do that on their own, sir.
Yeah. Yo, but anyway, Kev, New England ain't gonna do shit. They'll be 5-12.
Oh, but it's the Patriot way.
Yo, man, let me tell you something. If they don't do nothing, Belichick is out of here, man. This is it for him. He'll retire after this year.
Yeah.
If they hit that 5-12 mark. Miami, I don't know. Everybody's still sold on Tua. I'm not really sold on
Tua.
Other than he just got 2 dynamite wide receivers out there, so I'm not really sold on Miami like that. But we'll see.
Did Dalvin Cook use the Dolphins to get that $8 million from the Jets? I'm just throwing that in there.
Did he use it? I mean, yeah, everybody got this love affair with Aaron Rodgers now. I mean, Aaron Rodgers he said Aaron Rodgers lured me here. Okay, all right, we'll see. He probably did, most likely. Right. I mean, these guys.
You Jets fan, man. The Jets fans have not been this happy since Vinny Testaverde.
Yo, bro, we've seen this before. Wow. We've seen this before when they get happy, and it usually doesn't. Other than that year, because Vinny did play good that year. So I mean,
Vinny doesn't get hurt with that Achilles. I think they was a Super Bowl.
They would with the big tuna. Yeah, they would have went. They should have. Yes. They should have did something, but that's just the Jets, man. I don't know. I'm not really trusting the Jets, but so with that being said, I'm gonna go with Buffalo, and
how many wins?
Probably get probably get 11 wins.
Okay. Appreciate that. Before we go to Dan, just real quick, what we're going to do on this show this year, we are going to give our weekly predictions. We're actually going to keep stats of the predictions during the week. And at the end of the year, we're going to do something. We're going to do, I believe we're supposed to do some giveaway or something like that. That's why DA's in charge of that. According to our stats and stuff like that. So listen out for that. Dan, your thoughts on the Buffalo Bills before we move on?
I don't know. This one's iffy to me. I mean, the Bills play decent in the regular season, but they just can't get over the hump in the playoffs. And Tua's one hit away from having scrambled eggs. Patriots are terrible. Everybody is on, cloud 9 for the Jets, but I mean, they haven't played real football yet.
I'm wearing the Journey shirt. Don't stop believing.
Yeah.
12-5, Dan. 12-5.
Keep singing that.
12-5.
Don't stop believing.
They got to play the NFC East.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they could probably get a couple of those wins. But, I mean, they got to play Cincinnati. They got to play Dallas, which they should beat Dallas. But they got to play Kansas City, too. I don't know. I think they'll probably get 11, 12 wins.
Washington ain't bad now.
No, I'm not saying they're bad. But Vegas isn't all that good. And, they should win both games against New England. I don't think Baker is going to do any cooking in Tampa. They should beat them.
I thought Netflix just did a special on Baker. Oh, sorry, that was Johnny Manziel. Sorry.
Yeah, wrong one. But they should beat Denver too. But that's looking at the schedule. I could see them getting 11, 12 wins. To me, it's like, where do you end up on the totem pole? Are you going to get that 1 or 2 seed, or are you going to have to go on the road again to get to the Super Bowl? Because if you got to go through Kansas City, I don't see them doing it.
Right.
But I think they'll have a decent year. I mean, Josh Allen can't be your leading rusher. You have have to run the fucking football, not with your quarterback, because that's the same thing. Like Tua had to learn how to fall apparently, so he didn't get concussions. So this guy, all it takes is one hit, and that'll change their entire season if he's out. Because I don't see, Kyle Allen or Matt Barkley taking them anywhere.
Right. Agreed.
And I think, I'm sorry, Dan, real quick, I think it's a coaching problem. Because listen, you got Dalvin Cook's little brother, he can run it. They got Damian Harris from Alabama, he can run it. They got dudes that can run the ball. So either your O-line is god-awful bad, or you're just calling god-awful plays.
No, I just think that their offensive line can't make holes. Because every time that they run for decent yardage, it's Allen pulling the ball down because he can't throw it because he'll take a sack, and scrambling for his life. I mean, at some point you got to address it. You got to be able to run the football and pass block.
That's a fact.
Back. Let's move on to so the Bills. Let's move on to the Dolphins. The Dolphins. I feel so. I said the Bills will win 10 games. I think the Dolphins, and this is all contingent on Tua Tagovailoa's health. He's healthy. He stays healthy. He stays upright. I think the Dolphins win 12 games. The AFC East meets the NFC East, and the pull up their schedule real quick. I don't have it in front of me, but I'll get it.
Who you look for?
The Dolphins schedule real quick. So they play the the NFC East. So you got two at the quarterback. Their running back situation, and you got my man Tyreek Hill. They could have and should have probably beat Buffalo last year, like I forestated. If their quarterback situation Tua was upright and healthy, they could have did that. I like what that D's old coach is doing in Miami. And
so you said you want Miami's
yeah, what's Miami's schedule real quick? Give it to me real quick, please.
All right, week 1, September 10th at the Chargers.
That's a payback game because they went to San Diego and they got San Diego just punched them in the mouth defensively.
Okay. Week 2 at the Patriots.
They know how to beat the Pats now.
Home to the Broncos. At Buffalo.
Okay.
Home to the Giants. Home to the Panthers. At the Eagles. Home to the Patriots. Home to the Chiefs. It's a loss. Home to the Raiders. At the Jets. At the Commanders.
Okay.
Home to the Titans. Home to the Jets. At the Cowboys. At the Ravens. And finish up at home to the Buffalo Bills.
Very tough schedule they got there.
Yes, it is. And
I might want to rescind my 12 wins. I 11-10.
I think 10.
Yeah. But no, the Dolphins.
Maybe.
Yeah. You just have to see where they're at.
Yeah.
So, what's your thoughts on the Dolphins, real quick, D-Dub, while you're at it, sir?
Yeah, I said, probably. I'm really not sold on him, man. I really don't. I really don't. But they'll win. But I'm not really putting all my eggs in their basket, man. So wild card team maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, wild card team. There was what was they 9-8 last year.
Mm-hmm.
So
Remember, they started off really strong.
they was hot. Yeah, they was hot. So there
he
was
got
not.
hurt, and then all went falling down for them. So
Yeah, so it's possible they could get better, a game better, 10-7.
Gotcha. Dan, your thoughts on the Dolphins?
This is one hit away from being a good season or a bad season.
Just one hit.
I mean, I'm just looking at like the last 4 games that they have of the season, and they could take an L in every one of them. Jets, Dallas, Baltimore, Buffalo. I don't know, man. Like I said, they do got the 2 good receivers, but if something happens to Tua, then what? I mean, Mike White and Skylar Thompson are your backups.
I was just about to ask you, who's the backups? Skylar Thompson, Mike White. Yeah.
Well, Mike White was the Jets' backup last year, right?
Yeah.
And he played that game in Minnesota. Remember that game in Minnesota?
Yes, he looked like a world beater, and then he came back.
D, go ahead, D. What is he gonna say?
Back into a pumpkin. Go ahead.
No, I'm talking about the DA. DA looked like he's itching to say something.
Hey, man, Mike White get busy, man. He gets busy, man. I'm just saying that, you don't need him to get busy much. You need to win a game here and there. That's what he's there for. He's not there to win a bunch of games. He's there to win one game.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case your boy gets a headache.
Well, the headaches last long sometimes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 weeks, bro.
Headache is good. I think Mike White good for 2 weeks.
This is not.
That's why they got him, because he's good for 2 weeks.
Bro, he's not good for. He's not a BC, man. He's not going to knock the headache out, bro. He's not.
He ain't gonna do that. But he is there for that.
One game, 1 game,
1 or 2 games.
But your man stays out 7 weeks, bro.
What do you say? He's not. What is he exaggerating? I mean, what?
Yeah,
I'm
man.
saying, come on, man. Well, I'm just saying, headache. Come on, man.
He's gonna be out 7 weeks. Mike White ain't gonna get you. He ain't gonna bridge that gap for 7 weeks.
Man, headache. They brought like the new offensive line, a bunch of dudes in for the offensive line. They got a good defense. I think they'll be okay for headache is but they got a good defense. I think they're gonna have a top 10.
And I think the coach is over his skis, man. So I don't.
Now, see, I like the coach. I like what
I
think he's a weirdo. I believe him to be a weirdo. Like, he don't look at the camera when he talks.
Maybe that's it. Then you probably right, D.
Yeah, he doesn't look at the camera.
That was your man's. That was your
no, he's 49 dude. So that's why I know I can.
Man's McDaniel.
Yeah, and I also believe they got the number 2 or 3. Look, they got Bradley Chubb on the D line, and they got Christian Wilkins.
Well,
Christian Wilkins is serious business. That kid, to me, watching him, I think he may be the 2nd or 3rd best D tackle in the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch what he does on the field, like, he's just very, very, very serious, man, in the middle. And Chubb is serious as well. So they're going to be flying around the ball. They're quick on defense. Offensively, they have Berrios. They got some players that can take some pressure off of Tua. But you are right. If he gets hit again, we don't know what the prognosis will be if he gets hit again or he catches another concussion. Because they do say after your first one, you're susceptible to getting them quicker going forward. So I hope it does not happen. I mean, I hope he has a helmet big as a car on his head and doesn't get hurt. But the reality is that, this is the game. This is what they signed up for. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens to them. But I believe him to be a better quarterback than they said coming out of college. That's my opinion. That's all.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay. So we'll move on to the New York Jets. The Jets have been lighting up news media. They're on HBO's Hard Knocks. The Jets did not want to be on there. I don't like Hard Knocks. I just don't like why we gotta just get deep and involved and all that stuff. And Why? It just, I mean, you get enough insight. You need more. I don't understand. But this was the NFL and HBO agreed to, and teams got to abide by it, and it is what it is. I've watched the. I didn't watch the second episode. I watched the first one, and Robert Solid, man, he's a great motivational speaker if you listen to him, and
Is he?
I like some of the stuff he said. He was kind of I mean, those that play football, right? Sometimes you can. Well, no, D, don't do that.
No, sometimes we're not. You can talk us into walking into a wall. That's
okay,
what this is. You can.
Yeah, okay, that's exactly.
Can,
yes.
Yes, we will do it. Like you can, you gas it up hard enough. You can know that wall. We gotta get that wall. Yeah. You're running to knock yourself out on the wall. Yeah.
Yep.
Because the game hurts, so you got to be motivated to do it.
Yep. So, and you got to have somebody that can lead you and motivate you to do it. So let's get back to the Jets real quick. So the Jets with their splashy signing of Aaron Rodgers, well, not signing, but they make the trade for Aaron Rodgers. So they got Aaron Rodgers, and he brings a couple of his dudes over from the Packers, and now they just signed Dalvin Cook from Minnesota. He got his $8 million. If they can just get, what's my man we just talked about, D, before we came on the air. What is his name? They said that we can get him playing right.
Oh, Becton.
Right. One of my areas of concern for the Jets. The Jets defense.
Offensive line is terrible.
I don't have a problem with that, but right. The offensive line is going, it can't be an issue because you got this older quarterback in the back and he's not as mobile as he used to be. And so you have to keep him upright and in the pocket so he can do what he does. Because I think he still can play at a high level, and it's just what it is. He's all in. He gave back 30 mil and said, yo, we need to sign some players. I'm all in. I think the Jets will win 10 games this year. Let's pull up the schedule. I'll pull up the schedule.
You want the schedule?
Yeah, give me the
schedule. I got it up. Yeah, go ahead. Dan, what you got?
What you got, Dan?
They start out versus Buffalo at Dallas.
Okay, hold on. Buffalo at home?
Yep.
They may get Buffalo that first game.
I think they win. I think they beat Dallas in Dallas.
I think they'll split those against teams in a division.
Yeah.
But what you got?
Then they got versus New England, versus Kansas City, then at Denver versus Philly.
So they'll start off 4-2. They won't beat they won't beat Philly, and they won't beat
Kansas City.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. And then after the bye, they got the New York Giants.
Early bye. They get the Giants, right?
Yep. At the Giants, and then they got Chargers at home, at Vegas, at Buffalo, then at home at Miami, at home at Houston.
That's got a tough schedule.
Oh, Houston's easy.
Yeah, they got Miami twice in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
But here's the kicker for me. I think this is probably be the team that wins that division. So they play Miami at home. Then they got Atlanta at home. And then they got Houston at home. And then they go to Miami. And then Washington. Then they have Washington at home. And then at Cleveland, at New England. So they're probably going to win 5 of the 6 games.
Yeah.
Going down
they got the easiest schedule of the 3 that we just talked about.
Yeah, at the end of the year, Washington, Cleveland, New England, the last 3.
Yeah. You want that. That's what you want. That is exactly what you want. I don't think you have a problem. You said that's my schedule. So, yeah.
And I don't think Atlanta's going to be that good either.
Nope, not yet.
Or Houston.
No.
Not yet. Now, Houston may be hard hitting because that's what D'Amico Ryans does. So their defense will be good, but they're not going to be that good because they don't have that much talent on the team. Just yet. So and Stroud young, so who knows what they do on offense? So
I could see them winning like 12.
Yeah,
I was about to say I had said 10 games for the Jets. I said they might could pull out 11. They could be 11-7, 6.
I was going to say that. I said
11-6.
6.
And these games that we're looking at, those that could go either way, it's like a games against a Buffalo, games against the Dolphins. What's the you never know if they're gonna split the Browns, whatever you're gonna get from them. I think they'll beat the Raiders. They'll beat these teams. The Broncos. They should beat the Cowboys. It's those other little games like the Giants. I don't know which way,
And I'm not saying as a Giant fan, I don't know.
You don't know. You just don't know which.
I didn't see the first couple of weeks.
But I said I gave them against the Giants. I gave them that game.
I'm going to give them against the Giants. Yes.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, though. Real talk. I'm not going to give them the Dallas game because their weakness is Dallas' strength. Right?
Yeah, Dallas good deal.
And the Jets have a bad O-line. So
they'll get out to the quarterback.
But that's what I'm saying. It's one of those that it could be a 12-win season for the Jets, or it could be 11-10.
They could.
It's those type of games.
They can get after the quarterback that game, and Dak goes 4 to the other team, to the green and white. Don't matter.
Yeah, well, true. But I think Dak. Well, we'll talk about them later. But I think Dak's last season was an anomaly because he doesn't usually throw that many interceptions over the course of a season.
Well, he just throws them in a preseason in practice.
He's giving the benefits of the doubt out.
Whatever he's doing. I'm just going statistically,
bro.
That he's never been like a 12
what the fuck, bro?
Dude.
What the fuck?
5, 4, 3, 2,
1. Let's go, bro.
Dak, the Cowboys.
I'm not Dak.
I better stop. I don't want to hear no Dak talk. I don't want to hear it.
Bro,
we'll get to Dallas Cowboys.
We'll get to Dallas before.
I'm not going to go there with
you.
Get the fuck. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I'm actually opposite.
I'm sick of that whole narrative. I'm not doing it with these guys no more.
Nope.
No more. Go ahead, Ken.
Dan, go ahead. Your thoughts on the Jets.
Well, like I said, I think they'll probably win 12 games. And they'll probably win this division.
Gotcha. I got Miami winning this division, but I think the Jets will win 11 games, man. The New England Patriots.
Who? Rebuild.
Rebuild, yeah.
This is it for Belichick. This is it
for Bill.
This is it, bro.
This is it.
Do they still have the defensive coach calling the offensive plays?
No.
The former Giant.
Sorry, Bill. We love you. You had your time. You finessed the lead really good.
Yeah.
You had the best quarterback in God's creation.
Yeah. Get your video cameras back out, deflate the ball. Do whatever the fuck you got to do to help Mac Jones.
Well, whatever he's doing, it's still not helping him. So
wait, is Matt Jones a good quarterback though?
I think so.
I think he is too.
It's okay.
You changed how many coaches he had?
Well, we keep on this show. We point that out. We point out the fact that you cannot keep changing. And DA's played the highest level of football out of all of us. The offensive coordinator, any kind of coordinator, every year expect this guy to latch on, catch it, and whatnot.
It's not going to work. It's too much pressure every year. It's too much language.
Yes.
It's too much everything to do it. They really needed the year that he did have. I guess O'Brien was there, right? He had a pretty good year. Mm-hmm. I think they stunted his growth last year. They kind of pushed him backwards some. We'll see what they do this year. My thought is that they'll run listen, man, everybody, please listen to me. I will say this to the day I die. You run the ball and play defense, you'll get at least close to a Super Bowl. Period. And that's what he's going to do this year. He's going to keep games muddy. Throw the ball 15 times, 20 times at the most. You are not going to see the baby at the top of the stairs without no gate. You're not going to see that in New England. You're not going to have the baby up at the top
downstairs. Downstairs.
Yeah, you're not going to have him there without no baby gate because he has to fall the hell down the stairs. He's not doing that, man. That's one thing Belichick is not doing. He's not. No.
Downstairs. I want to go
downstairs. Get that goddamn baby from the stairs. All right, and that's what he's going to do. Because no, he's not going to let Mac Jones lose games. That's what he's not going to do.
Right. Put him
they
in a
may
position
lose games, but they're not going to be because of Mac Jones. They're going to lose, but it's not going to be his fault.
Right.
So that's just not what Belichick does.
Hey man, they signed Zeke, so I mean, if it makes you happy.
Zeke can play though. Zeke is.
I think
that's
Zeke
what they need out there.
Yes.
Well, with him and the other kid, yeah, I mean, it's a good 1-2 punch. So I mean, Zeke is. I mean, and according to these guys, Zeke is washed up. I don't know.
No, not at all. If you get the O-line,
I didn't say it. I mean, I'm just saying. The pundits.
If you get the O-line making some holes from him, Zeke can still run. I mean, he's not a 4-2 or 4, but he's always been a pounder.
Mm-hmm.
He's always going to, take the hits, and 3rd and 1, he can get you that. Second and 3, he can get you that. So
yeah,
let me give you the Pat schedule. They got the Eagles, Dolphins, Jets, Cowboys, Saints, Raiders, Bills, Dolphins, Commanders, Colts, Giants.
Did you say the Raiders?
Yes.
When they threw the ball they're gonna play them again?
I got them with 3 wins so far. 3 wins.
Yo, man, they owe the Raiders an ass whooping for that. That was the worst. That was last year. That was the last year that play happened.
That game, and they're going to be back in New England. I mean, excuse me, back in Las Vegas.
If any game that Bill Belichick wants to revenge, it's that Raiders game. All right,
so give him 4 wins. Keep going, Kev. I got him 4.
All right, we got Chargers,
loss,
Steelers,
loss,
Chiefs,
loss, damn.
Broncos,
win,
Bills. Excuse me, Bills.
Yeah, did they play them already? Yes.
Yes.
This is their second time, right?
Yep.
Where they gonna be at home?
That game will be in Orchard Park in New York.
Loss.
Oh, they're gonna lose that.
And then they finish up with the Jets at home.
We win that game.
Yeah.
Jets will already be in the playoffs. They won't play anybody, so they'll win that game.
Yeah. So we don't have enough time to go to we got 13 minutes. Maybe we'll go to the AFC North real quick.
All right, that's just Dan talking. So
let Dan talk. Dan, let me get my
Pittsburgh undefeated. Go ahead.
Yeah, 13 minutes of Dan.
So let me start off with the aforementioned the Cincinnati Bengals, and I'll give it to Dan. The Bengals finished 12-4 last year, and they lost in the AFC Championship game against the Kansas City Chiefs. The controversial call at the end. It is what it is. Dan, what are your thoughts on the Cincinnati Bengals, AFC North?
I think they're going to be very good again this year. The question is how hurt is Burrow?
Yeah, it's a wrap.
How bad's that calf? If they got to go a couple of preseason games or beginning of the season games without him, I mean, the AFC North is what it is. It's smash up, fuck you up football, and it's all these teams. They're probably going to split. You know, 1-1 against all of them. It's just the way it is. But but they'll be playing a lot of the same teams that we'll be playing. Like I said, they still got the receivers, still got Mixon. I think that, they got a little bit better on the offensive line.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as Burrow's behind the center, you always have a chance to win. It's kind of like, Mahomes. It's whoever gets the ball last is who's going to win. But I probably think they'll probably be a 12-13 win team.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see that.
So what else going on?
I want to recant one thing. I think actually the AFC Central is probably the best division in football, not the East. By far. Now, when you think about it, it's
the AFC North.
I think the Browns are not going to. North. I'm sorry. I don't think the Browns are going to be horrid this year. So go ahead, Dan. They may not win a lot, but I don't think they'll be horrid.
Let me give you the Bengals schedule. They start off with the Falcons. They'll no, I'm sorry. That's preseason. That's preseason. They start off against the Browns. 1:00 game on September 10th. Ravens.
Oh.
Rams.
Where?
That game is in Cincinnati. Yeah, Ravens at Bengals. That game's in Cincinnati.
Wow, Ravens.
Okay,
First loss.
then the Rams versus the Bengals. That game's in Cincinnati.
They beat them.
Then you got the Bengals that visit the Titans. That they're going through some changes themselves.
They should win.
Yeah, then they go to Arizona, visit East Cardinals,
They're
and
gonna
Kyler
win.
Murray.
That's easy. That's easy.
Yep. Seahawks, they come
They're
to
gonna lose that.
against the Bengals. That game is in
Bengals.
Cincinnati, though.
Oh, okay,
Bengals,
yeah.
the Bengals travel west to see the Niners.
They lose that.
Yep, and then the Bills come to town.
And then they lose that because
Texans.
the game before that,
Yeah,
the Niners are gonna put like 8 guys out the game. So when they play Buffalo, they really aren't gonna have any players.
and that is and that is a Sunday night game. That the game of Bills against the Bengals. And then you got the Texans come to town. They probably win that game. Then they play the Ravens again right before Thanksgiving.
They beat them then.
Sunday night game. And then the Steelers and Bengals hook up. That game's in Cincinnati. Within a matter of 4 weeks, they face one another.
Twice.
So that game's in Cincinnati. Then they go down to Jacksonville, visit the Jaguars. Then the Colts come to town. Yeah, because the Jaguars are playing better with their quarterback. We'll talk about them. Then the Vikings come to town. Then the Bengals and Steelers get it on last game, 2 days before Christmas at 4:30 p.m. I'm with Dan. I think the Bengals have a lot. It goes down with their quarterback. Who's their running back now?
Mixon and P.
Okay, so P. Ron's still there. Okay, yeah, I think they should repeat what they're doing. They're going on there. Their receiver. What's my man's name?
From LSU.
Yeah, from LSU. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Who? Right.
Jamar Chase.
Oh, Jamar Chase.
Yeah, Jamal Chase. Yeah, he should have another monster year again. Doing this thing. So I like that. D-Dub, real quick on the Bengals, your thoughts? Is he frozen?
Nah, tough schedule though. I think. But Bengals should do their thing, man. They should be top of the AFC North there. But like I said, now we get to see all these guys come back. Get to see Deshaun Watson play a full season. See what's going on with that. I still think the Browns, it's going to be a pretty one of those the wild card teams. You got to watch and see with them. But they got a couple of wide receivers down there too that that's going to turn some heads. So watch out for them. Cincinnati, I don't see.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if Cincinnati is the winner of the.
Yeah, I think they win the
AFC North.
They're going to win 13 games. They started off 4-4 last year, and people was all in a panic, and they
won 12 games. They ripped off. Yeah, they're 12-4 last year.
They won 8 in a row. So
I mean,
I like them to win 12 games this year.
It's just a tough division, man. And still, even with that, I mean, Pittsburgh was 9-8, man. I mean, that's
9-8.
And Pittsburgh wasn't. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. With Pickett, was he a rookie at the? No, this is his second year.
This is his second year.
This is his second.
This is his second year. Okay.
Yes.
So I mean, come on, man. This division is tough, man. This AFC North.
Yeah.
This is like the AFC, the NFC East. I mean, these 4 teams just beat up each other.
Yep.
So
good thing. Dan, since we're talking, no, I'm going to stay right in queue. The Ravens were 10-7 last year. Lamar Jackson got his money, got his contract. I'm thinking the Ravens will win 11 games this year. Let me pull up their schedule. The Ravens first game, that game is against the Texans at home. They play the Bengals on the road. Then they got the Colts at home, the Browns at home. Excuse me. They play the Browns on the road. Then they go to Pittsburgh the next week. They're on the road against the Steelers. Then they have the Titans on the road. And then they have the Lions at home. Lions, watch out for the Lions, y'all. I think the Lions are turning the corner.
5-3.
Ravens then go to the desert to visit Kyler Murray's Cardinals.
6-3.
Seahawks come to town to visit the Ravens.
6-4.
4. Okay. Browns then go to they host the Ravens on November 12th. Then they host the Bengals.
7-4.
I think they win both games. And then they go out to San Diego to LA to visit the Chargers. And then they have the Rams greeting them at home. Right? And then they go to Jacksonville to check out the Jaguars. Then they go west to go see the Niners on Christmas night at 8:15.
Take that out.
And then they come back home against the Dolphins New Year's Eve, and then they finish the season out against the Ravens.
9-8.
Against the Steelers. Oh, 9-8.
I'm giving 9-8.
I'm going to give them 10. I'm going to give them 10 wins. I'm going to give them 10 wins. I think they can get to 10. Dan?
I'm going to give them about 9 to 10.
Okay. DA, what you got?
I'm with Dan on 9.
Okay. Got you. So that's the AFC North Division. We'll go real quick to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers on last year, they finished
9-8.
Yeah, 9-8. Like Dan's, like D-Dub said, man, they even with Pickett at the helm last year, they played well, and played good football towards the end.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Pittsburgh 9-8.
Yeah, Dan, what's your prognosis of your Steelers?
Well, I think a lot of people are sleeping on them, and it's not because it's just my team, but like they really didn't let Pickett do a whole lot last year, as far as like play calling and open the playbook and whatnot. One, because their offensive line was terrible, and two, they tried to keep the game simple so that he could progress through the easy reads and move the football down the field. Like, yeah, he started out a little bit rough, but I think in the last 7 games, I think he threw 1 interception.
Right.
And yeah, he didn't throw for a bunch of TDs, yada yada yada. But we weren't that good, and they made do with what they had in the offensive line. Like, we were winning games by a point or two, less than a field goal, a lot of these games, because of the defense. But I think the free agents, Solomalo, Herbig coming over, drafting Broderick Jones, I think the offensive line is going to be way better. That means that Najee is going to be able to get more running lanes, and Warren will get more running lanes. And it'll open up the offense for Freiermuth at tight end, Darnell Washington from Georgia, tight end. He's like an extra lineman. That dude is absolutely huge.
Yeah, Dan, we talked about that the other day. Yeah.
Yeah, because like Freiermuth and Gentry are both 6'5" or so, 6'4", 6'5", and he looks like twice the human being that they are. I mean, it's crazy. But I think a couple of the guys that we got late in the draft are going to be like gems for us. Like the Herberg's younger brother coming in from Wisconsin, he tortured Tampa Bay in that first preseason game. I mean, he was that good. And then they got that from Purdue, Corey Trice. There was talk about him being injured or whatever, so he dropped all the way to the 7th round. And we got Joey Porter Jr. So we're going to have probably 2 rookie corners. And then, Patrick Peterson and Amika back there in the secondary. But that's what I think. It was like Pickens, the Georgia standout receiver that we got. He played really good last year, and he's making waves. I've been, checking out like preseason stuff or training camp stuff from the Steelers, and he just keeps making incredible catches. So, yeah, we may shit the bed, but I have hope and positivity that this season, like, we've got so many young guys on offense that are under rookie deals that we're able to spend all this money on the defensive guys Like we're gonna have a top 5 defense easily, and it's gonna be whether or not the offensive line can gel. If that happens, we got enough weapons all across the board, whether it be receiver, tight end, or running back, that we are going to move the football and we are going to score touchdowns.
So did you guys get rid of Joe Hayden?
He retired.
Okay.
Got to. Let me run down the Steelers schedule real quick before we get out of here. Opening day, they Niners come to town, then the Browns come to town in a Sunday night game. Then Monday night game, they'll go out west to face the Raiders. Then they have the Texans. They go to play the Texans in Houston. Then they host the Ravens. Then they go out west to face the Rams. They'll host the Jaguars. Then they'll host the Titans. They'll host the Packers. Then they'll go play the Browns. And then they'll go to Cincinnati to play the Bengals. They will host the Cardinals. They will host the Pats. They will go to Indianapolis and play the Colts. Then they will go to this. They will host the Bengals. They will go out west to go play the Seahawks, and then they will play in their final game against the Ravens. That game
will be playoff implications.
Yeah,
you watch.
Let me tell you something, man. I could be wrong. I don't know what I was. There's nothing in my cup. I got these guys at 11-7. I might be off. I might have to relook at this again.
They should be 4-1 by the bye.
That's what I'm like. So I might be right then.
I got 10-7. I got them at 10 wins.
They're going to beat Vegas. They're going to beat Houston. They're going to beat Cleveland.
Yeah. If I'm looking at I got them at Pittsburgh at 11-7, 11 games.
And we'll probably
I got them
with Pickens and with Pickett and Pickens. They might have something, man, going on.
Yeah. I agree.
He's going to be the next Megatron. You just can't guard him.
He's a big dude, though. Wow.
He is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a big dude, man.
Let me move on real quick to the
mistake by the lake.
The Cleveland.
Mistake.
Wow.
By the lake.
So Deshaun Watson, he'll have his first full year with the team, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're playing right now. They're playing the Eagles. It's 8-3 in the NFL preseason game with 39 seconds left in the second quarter.
8-3.
Yeah, 8-3. Yeah, the Guardians against the Phillies. Yeah, 8-3.
Preseason. Got it.
Yeah. So let me give you their schedule real quick, and then we'll talk about it. The Browns will host the Bengals. Then they go travel to Pittsburgh. They host the Titans. They will host the Ravens. They host the Niners. They go to Indianapolis and play the Colts. They go to Seattle to face the Seahawks. They'll host the Cardinals. They'll go to Baltimore and face the Ravens. They'll host the Steelers. They'll go to Denver to play the Broncos. They'll go to LA to play the Rams. They'll host the Jaguars. They will host the Chicago Bears.
Bears are a good team.
They will, Bears a good team, right?
They're
young and good.
All right.
They will.
Why are your schedule so hard, Dan?
Damn.
He gave you shit. So you'll like it.
So the Browns will then go to the Texans. Then they will host the Jets. And then their last game, they will, the Battle of Ohio, Browns versus the Bengals.
Yeah.
I got them. I got 8-10.
I got 7-11.
I'm with Kev.
Yeah, 7-11. But when I did my little checklist earlier, I got 7-11. So
yeah, they're going to be in that area.
Yeah. Unless something changed.
It would be something outside of them that changes. Like somebody gets hurt.
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be anything.
Do that. Real quick before we get out of here, anybody watch the Johnny Manziel thing?
I have.
No, I saw it on what's your point? It's about his life. I saw a few things. I heard a few things on like he was addicted to something. He was addicted.
Well, only thing I'm going to tell you guys is do not trust the media because first of all, the media.
Oh, but you guys are the media.
Listen.
Yep.
We are, but I'm going to tell you this: if I'm going to make sure the story is right, I want to make sure that we
100%.
factual.
Please.
And if we're mistaken, we'll come back and tell you, hey,
You're
we was
wrong.
wrong.
We've done it before.
This is what happened. But the fact of the matter that Johnny Manziel, that was the whole thing. I remember this part vividly, that Johnny Manziel comes from money and he comes from oil money. And that was a lie. His father did not. That was a made up story by Johnny Manziel and his friend at the time.
Yep.
And the media never checked it. Never. They went along with it, and nobody fact checked.
You know why they did that though?
Go
They
ahead.
were hiding the booster money.
Yeah.
Well, everything is really,
It's out.
There was a lot
It's
of
out
that.
now. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But that's my thing is make sure you do your research. Make sure you don't take nobody's word for it unless they got some receipts. You got to see the receipts. Got to receive the receipts. That's all I say.
Sorry.
That's my part in shot too.
Make sure you challenge media people too. Just because they're on TV and stuff like that, and we're technically on TV. Hey, challenge us also. If it's not a fact, that's fine. Even with the preseason thing, the other. Oh my God! Well, yeah, there's some tickets that are $8, and yeah, there's some tickets that
That's
do
$108. I mean, stop playing.
$408 for
Yeah.
preseason. All right, so yes, fact check. There's plenty of things that you can fact check and get your information on, and don't let no athlete or media entity sell you their narrative. Check it out for yourself. Do a little digging. Do a little detective work.
Selling the narrative.
Sure.
I heard that before. I'm not going to touch him.
No.
That's
a whole no.
I already told y'all people about him. But go ahead.
Texas Instrument.
Calculating guy, man. It all comes out after the fact. It's just these guys protect one another, and then we knew it was going on, but we'll save that for another show.
Yeah, we'll definitely say that for another show. Just check your facts. Don't let nobody tell you what's going on. Just check, and that's all. That's all we ask, and that's why one of the reasons why we're here, because we got tired of we're gonna tell you. No, you're not gonna tell us nothing. No.
Tell me shit.
That's right, dude.
No, I'm sorry. That's
I'm not hearing none of it.
no. And if you just believe somebody just on just pure, they've been in the media for a while, that's shame on you.
Shame on you.
Shame on you. Shame on you. We're gonna get out of here. Part shots real quick. I'll give it to Dan. Daryl gave us. D-Dub gave us his. D-Dub. Dan, what you got for us, my brother?
Not a whole lot. Great show. Good to see everybody again. Shout out Mike and Eric. Missed you guys. But, the way week one of preseason went, I now have the Steelers favored to win the Super Bowl because, we're one game up. I know that's the important thing of the preseason. We beat the second team of the Tampa Bay Bucs pretty good. So let's go. And I have to say, Lackey was giving me shit earlier when we got on here about me killing teammates in Call of Duty.
Yes, he did say that.
We were playing ranked last night, and I'll have you know, I had my cruise missile at the end of the hard point, and yes, I killed him and my other teammate, but I also wiped the entire team off the point, and we won. So
there you go.
Hey,
there you go. Hey, sacrifice.
That's great.
Sacrifice.
Hey,
great, good. Hey, Lack, listen.
Hey, I'm with you.
Lack, you're about to catch it in the back. That's that.
Hey, you got to crack some eggs to, make some breakfast.
Right.
And
Right.
I wiped them all, and I just casually walked on the point for the last 2 seconds. I'm like, W.
You with some eggs.
DA, what you got, bro? Thank you, Dan.
Hey, everybody have a great weekend. And the one thing I do want to bring up real quick is, dog, like I said, American soccer has a long way to go. You see what this man is doing. He's come here and he's going to win a championship, and he plays 15 minutes a game. That's how good. Like it's so simple for him. We are going to have to level up if we think we're going to compete in the World Cup and all these things. Going to have to level up for real. This is just another sign that shows you how far behind we are, because he had to leave that league because he was no longer good in La Liga. Period. And look what he does here.
Real quick statistic. Since Messi has arrived to Inter Miami, 6 games, they have scored 21 goals.
Wow.
Yeah. Shout out to Spain and England for making the Women's World Cup final.
Yes.
I watched both those games. They were very, very entertaining.
I'm gonna try to get Jay back on before football season starts getting in. So those that know Jay Kington, one of our friends of the podcast, he has their own podcast, the Inter Miami podcast, and talk to Jay every now and then about Inter Miami. So I'm gonna try to get him back on to see, how's that thing going. Like DA said, U.S. soccer, MLS, got a long way to go. What do you say, DA? He plays like 15 minutes a game and bedazzles and.
Yeah, it's I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And remember, like I said, I think I texted you guys, what it was maybe 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
He said, "No, I'm not playing for my country anymore in the World Cup because I no longer add value." So yeah, there's levels to this shit.
Levels, yeah. So yeah, Inter Miami probably will win the MLS Cup this year.
Yes. Yeah. And they weren't 6 weeks ago.
No, not 6 weeks ago. No. So that should be very interesting. Did anything else before we get on out of here?
I bless everyone, man. Have a great night. And hey, we got them sneakers for you. We're just going to try to pull up on the what exactly. I think it'll probably be football picks for the year.
Yeah.
And I may do it twice. So mid-season award, get a pair of kicks, and then end of the year, Super Bowl.
Yep.
Get a pair of kicks.
You got it right here. Thanks, DA. I don't have anything heavy. I kind of had my partner shots with D-Dub with the whole narrative and fact finding. Make sure you just fact find your stuff, bro. Like I said, even us. Yes, we're part of the media. Sometimes I'll read comments like, everybody has a podcast. I think that's wonderful that everybody has some kind of platform that they can speak on. Because you know why? It keeps the legacy media on their toes. And guess what some of the legacy media people are doing? They're going to get a podcast. So I love it. So if you guys, shout out to anybody that's podcasting. If you're podcasting about anything about what your genre is, shout out to you. It takes a lot of courage to get on this mic and talk on it for whether you're on it for 5 minutes or 55 minutes or 90-something minutes. So, oh my God. You know what? We got to go, man, because somebody has a technical update. I mean, on behalf of myself, I'm Kevin L. Warren, your host and moderator. In the absence, and of course, his computer dies. I don't even know what to say. I'm Kevin L. Warren, your host and moderator. On behalf of myself, let me start over. On behalf of myself, I'm Kevin L. Warren, your host and moderator. The DA, Dan, the hockey dude, D-Dub with his technical issues and updates with his Apple computer, Mike Mills, and the angry one, James Eric, in their absence. Yo, this is the Sports Chasers podcast. Y'all be good. You'll be blessed. Have a great rest of the week. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. And you guys be good, man. Hey, we'll see y'all next week. All right. Peace.